So right now I am going to put up. Gotta love the Hilleberg, man. I really love. Jesus. Stupid. Jesus. Drag my ass over this part here, and I grab the fabric up. What the? What's up, guys and girls, and welcome to another video from Expedition Hawk. This video today will be about a subject that I have been getting some private messages about, and that is what is my opinion on tent versus hammock, and in particular the Hilleberg tent I use compared to the Amok hammock. And what do you like best? Do you like hammocking or tent best, or all these questions? So I am gonna make a video about this today. So I brought both my tent and my hammock with me, and give me a couple of minutes and I'll find a spot where I can put up both of them. Not so clever to wear shorts today, but it was just so damn hot. There's so many thorn bushes here and all kinds of crap. I'll hope we'll manage. It's a little windy today, but that's not actually a bad thing these days because we've had a lot of mosquitoes the last couple of weeks in the forest here. So yeah, the wind keeps some of them away. Hunters have been here. Great. Yeah. But anyways, while I'm hiking here, let me take the time to tell the ones of you who haven't seen my other videos that the tent I'm using at the moment are the Hilleberg Amok 2-person, which is a very nice tent, in my opinion, one of the absolute best tents in the world. So yeah, I really love that tent, man. And I will be comparing it to one of my hammocks, the Amok Dramour. I believe they call it the 3.0, and I also have the brand new 2019 model, which I brought today. So that will be the one who will go into battle with the Hilleberg tent. So yeah, stay tuned, guys, and remember, if you haven't already subscribed and smashed that like button, then please do so. And if there is any questions or something you wanna see or know more about or want me to talk about, then just post a comment with your questions. In near future, there will be a couple of videos about my kayak that I'm using, which is a inflatable kayak. And I know what you're thinking. That's the toy, man. And no, this inflatable kayak is not a toy. It's a very good kayak actually. And I've used it under pretty heavy conditions and it's never let me down. So I will make a review about that particular model of inflatable kayaks. And there will also be a review about my sleeping bag, because I've also gotten some private messages regarding my sleeping bag. So that is for sure coming up. The spot. Yeah, I think this will be a nice place to put up the tent. The best place I could find right now anyway. So I'm going to put up the Hilleberg here, and over here between some trees I will put up the hammock, and yeah, just let me put it up here. Alright, the Hilleberg is now up. I could probably have pitched it a little better, but as you see, it's pretty much freestanding right now without the strings pegged down. So yeah, we'll leave it like that. And now I'm going to put up the Amok between these two trees, and then we'll take a look. So we hereby have the mighty Amok Dramour up and hanging, and right over here we have the Hilleberg. But I didn't put up the tarp over the hammock so you can get a better view of it. But of course, you have the tarp that's coming over the hammock also if you have high winds or shitty weather. But yeah, let's get right into it, and let's start with the Hilleberg tent. Why do I love this tent so much? Well, first off, the main reason is the build quality of it. As many of you know, or I suppose most of you know, Hilleberg is by far one of the best tent brands in the world. They build very, very durable tents. It comes with 9mm high quality poles, and the fabric is Curlon 1200. And believe me, it is very, very strong. I actually tried to tear a part of this fabric. Well, not from the tent, of course, but I got this sample of the fabric before I bought the tent, and I really tried to tear it apart, but I couldn't, man. So it is very, very durable. I already put it to the test because I've been hiking with it in harsh winters in northern Norway and northern Sweden, and it's been seeing its fair share of shitty weather, and it's always been working to A++++. Very, very nice tent. But yeah, let's take a look. And oh yeah, another reason why I really, really love this tent is I am also a kayaker. So I often take my tent with me on the kayak, and I explore islands and new places to camp out, and this tent is fully freestanding. Right now I have it pegged down here and here, but I don't even need to because it is freestanding. And that is a very, very, very good thing when you're, at least when you're camping in Sweden and Norway and so on, because a lot of the ground there is made of pure rock, man, or maybe a couple of centimeters of green, and under the green then there's just rock. So it's not always possible to find places where you can peg the tent down. So therefore I really love that it's freestanding. And I haven't even pegged out the guy lines right now because not needed. So I got the tent with the optional footprint, which I find very nice. And as you can see here, there's a lot of space. It's very roomy tent, in my opinion. What do I use this line for up here? Well, when I'm laying here, I put up my iPad Pro over this in the iPad cover. Then it can just hang from this, and I can be watching TV or movies while I'm out. Some of you may not like to watch TV while you're out, but I love it. So and another reason I really love this tent is that it has 2 abscesses, so you can make food in one of them and you can keep your gear in the other one. Or if you're like me and you maybe want to take this on a motorcycle trip, you can keep all your motorcycle gear in one of them and your food and your clothes and all of this in the other one. And I actually also do some diving. So can you imagine how cool it is that you have 1 abscess for all your wet shit and 1 abscess for all your dry shit? So that is a couple of reasons why I really love this tent. But as you see, it is pretty roomy, plenty of room for 2 people here. And lay down here. And as you see here, there's plenty of room for your feet also, and I am just below 180 centimeters. Well, I wish I was, but I'm more like 175 or something. So yeah. Another really cool thing is the ventilation. You have nice ways of ventilating this tent, where you can zip this up totally. So even when your doors are closed, you can still vent it from both sides here. And I can tell you, no matter what conditions I've been using this tent in, I've never had a problem with condensation. So That is a big plus for me. I really love that because I hate condensation, man. I really do. And also when you have two openings like this, you always have a side that's not directly in the wind, which is very nice. And you can almost find great view also. So yeah, all in all, I really love this tent. And the con for this tent compared to the Amok hammock is definitely time. And also space, because as you see, you need some space with flat grounds to pitch the tent. And if you don't have the opportunity to find that, well, of course, the hammock has a big pro over the tent in that matter. Also, this takes longer to pitch than the hammock does. I will say, if I do this as fast as I can, just pitching it with the poles and putting over the top of it and don't pick it down anywhere, because this is possible with this tent, I would say I could probably do it in 5 minutes. Around 5 minutes. And this, if I really hurry up, I would say I could pitch this in, around 3 minutes, if I really hurry up. So, but if I have to pitch this in the way I want it, peg down and all this, I would say I use around like 10 to 12 minutes pitching this, where I use around like 5 minutes, 6 minutes to pitch this. So that's a definitely pro for the hammock time over the tent. Let's go over to the Amok hammock. Let me start off by saying I really love my Hilleberg. I really love it. But I really love this hammock also. And let me start off by saying I've been trying a lot of hammocks. I've been trying the War Bonnet and the DD Frontline and a Clark NX 250 or something, I believe it's called. Yeah, I've tried various hammocks, but I've never really liked them. Some of the main reasons is that I feel like I get really clamped in, around my shoulders and my feet, and I don't like that feeling. So, and I don't think either I can get a particular flat lay. So exactly all of the things I don't like about conventional hammocks is exactly the things that doesn't exist in this one. So that is perfect. I really love this hammock. The features of it you've probably seen in my other videos, but just for those of you who haven't seen them, a quick overview of this. You have stick pockets here and a stick pocket up here, so you can keep the fabric away from your feet and your head. The 2018 model didn't have that, but it's a very cool feature. Up here you now have a pocket for your shoes or boots. You didn't have that in the old one either. And in here you keep the bug net. Let me say, guys, try it. Just try it and you will fall in love with it. Did you see that? What a piece of shit stick, man. And guys and girls, if you don't know the Amok brand, it is a couple of guys from Norway which are, in my opinion, doing the best hammocks in the entire world. What I really love about this is that you can get a totally flat lay, and that it also has the opportunity to, if you pull these straps here, and the straps here, you have the opportunity to raise the head end up and also raise the knees, so it will become a chair. So it has chair mode. And the first times you get in this hammock, it can be a little difficult if you don't know how. Believe me, I tried, because the first time I got in the hammock, well, it was not this one, it was the 2018 model. I actually flipped backwards, so that video, trashed. But yeah, as said, there's a couple of ways to get into this hammock. Some like to fold this over and sit on top of it. I don't like that way of doing it when you have the stick pocket here, unless you put the stick in the stick pocket after you got up. But I like to keep it there. So the way I do it is that I just push it down here, drag over my ass drag my ass over this part here, and I grab the fabric up. What the? Are you kidding me? Second time around, man. Yeah. Of course, if you find some sticks that really fit better, then this isn't the problem. But yeah, actually I have some sticks I always use for this, and I just didn't bring them today, so I just picked up some from the ground here. But yeah, I said the way I do it, I put over my ass here, put my head under the ridge line, and I just... You gotta be kidding me, man. And yeah, as said, there's a couple of ways to get into the hammock. The way I like to do it, without taking out the sticks from the stick pocket, is that I just drag over my ass from this part here. I grab the fabric here, hold my head under the ridge line, and then I'm in. And this is why I love the Amok hammock. This is pure joy, man. And just to show you what I mean with this, if you pull strings here, you can raise the back like this. So already now you have chair mode here. If you want to get your feet down also, by raising the knees, pull these straps here, and now you have complete chair mode. So this is perfect, man. I love life, man. But yeah, if you want to release it again, very easy. Just release the buckles here. Same goes for this. This is totally flat lay. Well, as close as you get in a hammock anyways. And you also have the opportunity to sleep on your side and on your stomach, which is a very, very big plus for me, because I very rarely sleep on my back. I always sleep on my side or on my stomach, and as you see here, it is no problem whatsoever. And don't look at my ass, but now I'm laying on my stomach here. This is crazily nice. Crazily nice. So yeah, this is why I love the Amok hammock. So a big thank you to the Amok guys. You made dreams come true with this, guys. You really did. How to get out of it? Just, well, that's the way I do it. Just grab the ridge line, get over here, and you're out. That my 9-year-old son can get in this hammock like this. So it's not so difficult at all. Yeah, and this is the tarp that you use for the hammock. Well, actually they got a new tarp now that's called the Borg tarp, but I think it isn't so different from the 3.0 version, which came with the 2018 model. So I use this for this one and for the 2018 model. No problems whatsoever. But yeah, as said, I'm not gonna put up the tarp now, as there's no reason to do that, because I already have the tarp up in one of my videos, so you can check it out if you want to see it with the tarp. And yeah, so let's get to the point. Which one do I like most? The answer is none of them. I love both for each of their reasons. But one thing that wonders me a lot is that often when I'm reading at forums and watching videos and stuff like this, I see that it's like, well, many places hammock people don't like tents and tent people don't like the hammocks. It's almost like two different breeds of people. Like you know, some hammock people down talk the tents and some tent people down talk the hammock. Well, I'm none of the sort, so well, I don't have that opinion. But if I had to pick only one, which one would I pick? Well, then I would pick the Amok tent. Why? Because this can be used everywhere in the world, under every condition, this can't. Does this mean I love the tent more than I love the hammock? No, not at all. I'm just saying that if I had to pick, I would have to pick this one. But luckily I don't. Let's go over the pros of the tent. As said, this is a full-on 4-season expedition tent. I can take this anywhere in the world, use it, and don't get in trouble in any way. So, of course, that's the pro of the Hilleberg, and also the durability. I don't know about the durability of the Amok yet, because I haven't been using it for years yet, so I don't know yet. But until now, I will say that it seems to be very, very nice quality. So I don't doubt it is, but I just can't say for 100% certainty that it is top of the line build quality. This I know for a fact is the top of the line. So yeah, the pros of this, of course, is if you are out on a hiking trip or whatever and you're caught in some very bad weather and you have to stay inside for a couple of days. Of course, I would much rather be in this tent here, and you just have more room, and you can make your food here and stay inside in complete shelter of the weather. Also, if you find yourself in a place where there is no trees, you're shit out of luck, man, if you have the hammock only. So that's another pro of this tent. But of course, if you're in a place where you can find no flat grounds whatsoever, let's say you're on the side of a mountain or something, like a steep hillside, then you would definitely not want the tent. Then you would definitely want the hammock, because there's often also trees there. And yeah, that brings me over to the pros of the hammock. One thing is 110% sure. I get a better night's sleep in the hammock. The lay in this hammock is outshining the lay in a tent. It's the same mattress. As said, I use the Expert 9 long and wide, and it's very comfortable. And don't get me wrong, it's also very, very comfortable in the tent. It is. But it's just more comfortable in the hammock, because it shapes after your body. And yeah, of course, also a pro of this is that, if we're talking views, you often can get a spot where you get a better view of the lake or the mountains or whatever if you're in the hammock, because you can get all the way out to the hillside from a couple of trees. And yeah, that just makes incredible views, man. And then of course you can put it up to chair mode and it's even cooler. So comfort wise, this one. And another pro is that it's cozy, man. It's so cozy to sleep in a hammock. I really love hammocking. I really do. I also love tenting, of course, but or else I wouldn't have bought a Hilleberg. That's for sure, man. Ain't no cheap tent. And this ain't no cheap hammock either, but I really, really don't think it's expensive. I really don't. Compared to the competition in hammocks and what you get in this hammock, I definitely think it's a very, very, very fair price. Also, let me say, I am in no way, shape or form sponsored by either Amok or Hilleberg. So this is my honest and personal opinion. As said, the pros of this: view, and if you can find flat grounds, pro for this one. Also, comfort, pro for this one, over the tent. Cons of this one is, well, pretty much the pros of the tent. If you get caught in some very bad weather and you have to stay in for like 4 or 5 days, you can't do it in this one. Of course, you also have the tarp over you, so it's possible. But yeah, for sure, I would much rather be in the tent then. So I can't really pick between the tent and the hammock what I like best, because I like them both equally. So I hope that answers the questions. I bet for some of you it probably don't, because a lot of people, including myself actually, I used to be like this. I needed to know what was best. I needed to know what would you pick? What would you pick if you only had one pick? You need to pick something. And I don't know why actually, because I don't need to pick. I picked both of them. So yeah, as said, if you really want comfort and You know, you often camp out in places where there are no flat grounds, and you're just in it for the coziness, and you ain't planning on going on, let's say, mountain expeditions in very, very snowy weather. Get this one. And if you're planning on going on expeditions, using it both in the summer but also going on serious expeditions in the winter time or in bad weather and stuff like this, and you know there's almost always a possibility of finding flat grounds, no matter if it's rocks or sand or forest or whatever, pick this one. That is my opinion on these. As said, guys, if you haven't already done it, like and subscribe for more videos like this. And the next video that will be up will be a video about my sleeping bag, as I have been receiving some requests to do a video about my sleeping bag, in particular my winter sleeping bag. So yeah, that's it for today, guys, and hope you like this fairly short video around my thoughts about the hammocks versus the tents.